Voters will decide on several local races and issues this November. 21 News is your place for politics. Our 5 Minutes at 5 segments are back this fall as we help voters get ready to know the candidates. Campbell Municipal Court bailiff Bill Valentino is running against 3rd Ward Councilman Joseph Mazzacca Jr. for Campbell mayor. And Bill Valentino, he joins us now. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so in addition to having experience as being a bailiff, you have also served in other capacities throughout the community. I read your resume. You've helped with the school district. So briefly, can you share some of your experience that led up to you becoming a candidate for this race?
I was on the school board for 10 years. I've been involved with the city for 18 to 20 years. I'm currently the president of the Campbell Gridiron, which is my 18th year. We're a nonprofit organization which help fundraise for our athletes. We feed them, we get them to the games back. We just bought a couple sets of shirts. We even play like Secret Santa, buy some shoes when they have them, whatever's necessary in that. I coached Campbell girls softball for 10 years, involved with that. Like I said, it was the bailiff for two judges. I left the bailiff position so I could run for the city of Campbell mayor. Actively, I'm with the park. I work at the park. I do the pavilions and whatever's necessary. I've been around. I put with the old, God rest his soul, our late Brian Tedesco. We put flags and banners, and that's really what we need. We need somebody to go on the outside.
And you know, tell us why you're running and what would be maybe your top goals if you're elected.
Well, my top goal, running around with Brian for the last 3 years, getting out there. I'm walking around now, passing out flyers, talking to people. People like that. Get out there, talk to people. See, you know, we used to drive around, ladies' gutter was hanging, we fix a gutter. They missed the garbage on the day, we go take the garbage out. And just interact with the people and get people out there. This is which, by being retired, I have the first hand of being out there. And I joke with everybody, you know, everybody say, oh, it's a part-time mayor. It's a part-time position, which I am looking to make it into a full-time, but a overtime mayor, which Brian does, and be out there and talk to the people. And I think as far as the city moving forward, there's a road going in connecting us to the middle of the city to the schools, which is a great idea. We've been talking about needing a grocery store. I was in the negotiations with Nemens, and they didn't want to come because it would take away from the Save-A-Lot at the Lincoln Oaks Plaza. Then we were in negotiations with Sparkles. But since then, 2 or 3 Sparkles clothes have stored.
And I'm wondering, because you also volunteered with the Campbell zoning, so would there be other changes you would like to make because you'd be more involved intimately with some of the planning?
Yeah, when I got hired 2012, 5 mayors ago, I got hired with the zoning, planning. That's what I'm a retired contractor, over 40 years serving the area in the community in home repairs. And I was hired 2012 as a volunteer basis, and I'm still there. So I went through 5 mayors, 2 judges, and we have a great, everybody's probably heard of Jim Conroy. He's our zoning officer. Great guy. He needs a little bit of help. He has a lot on his plate. We have a good bark. We just need to maybe bring him into court, start hitting him where it hurts on some cars. But first off, I'm going to say our city's not in bad shape. We're in good shape. We were underwater a few years ago, and this current administration brought us above water. There's nobody, everybody stays where they're at, and things are working for the city.
Okay, and which areas of the city do you think maybe need more federal or state support? Because everyone, individuals and communities, I think you could look at different areas and find where inflation is hitting different places in different ways. Would you ask for funding in different areas or different projects or maybe brownfields or anything throughout Campbell?
Good question. And that's one big thing. We were talking about the grocery store for a while and the brownfields which is great ideas. It's going to happen one of these days. But I'm sorry to be the negative on it. It's really going to take in time, and really I think we need to put those, not forget about those stories, but put them on the back burner and concentrate more on the highway and Wilson Avenue. We have some empty buildings, a couple gas stations, an old Burger King, the old Rite Aid, and maybe clean up and move some things around up there. But maybe we'll get somebody to open their eyes up and invest into the city.
Okay, and real quick, what do you think makes you stand out against your opponent?
Retired, hands-on. I've been there for, you know, I play Santa Claus. I play the Easter Bunny. I've driven the minibus. It's easy for me because I've been there for years. I just didn't start 6 weeks ago. You know, I've been there for 18 years. All I got to do is change the nameplate and continue what Brian left us.
All right, we're out of time. 5 minutes at 5. Bill, thank you so much for joining me right here as we get ready for the election season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.